Hey everybody, John Franklin Reviewer here, and I'm back doing an anniversary movie. And the movie that I'm going to do originally came out November 21st of 1931, Frankenstein, the black and white movie. 90 years ago this film came out. That is a long time, isn't it? Frankenstein is actually about a mad scientist and his assistant who actually want to try to bring someone from the dead back alive. When I first saw this movie, I was in my late teens, early 20s, and I really did like it for what it was. I thought it was very unique. I was fine with the black and white. Now, after all these years, do I still like it? Well, stay tuned. Well, what is it that I liked about the movie? Well, let's start off with the character, Dr. Frankenstein, the mad scientist. This actor does a damn good job. He's chewing up the scenery. One of the best lines in the movie is, "It's alive," and the way that he says it, and he's just going crazy. I just really love seeing that when it comes to villains, especially when I feel like 80s have done it better, and this movie came out 50 years before the 80s, and I think he does a good job. I love Igor. There's not really a whole lot to talk about. Yes, he's the assistant. He's just creepy, and that's as far as I can kind of go with it, but I like him. Frankenstein's monster, really enjoyed him. I mean, everybody knows who Frankenstein is. Now, when it comes to Elizabeth, which is Dr. Frankenstein's fiance, I'm putting her in the likes because I think overall she was tolerable. That's the best I could kind of say with her acting, but she was decent enough and still entertaining enough. I'll be like, I'll put her in the likes. We want to talk about Dr. Frankenstein's father. Oh my God, I think that this guy was supposed to be straight up serious, and honestly, every time that this guy would speak, it was unintentionally funny, so I was entertained by his acting, no matter if it was supposed to be serious or supposed to be funny. I pretty much laughed my ass off every time this guy talk. I don't mind that the movie was black and white. I was perfectly fine with that. There is a scene with the monster and a little girl. The little girl's acting was really good. I think sometimes she actually outshined some of the adults. And she's only in like maybe a few minutes of the whole movie. Just that part alone is pretty cool. And then the final light is the angry mob. I like seeing the angry mob. I'm always a sucker for it in movies. I really did think it was really cool, them going after the monster. I don't think they had pitchforks, but they did have all torches, so I really definitely enjoyed that. What is it that I disliked about this movie? Well, the first thing I want to talk about is the way this movie starts off with the guy that walks on stage, starts talking about what the movie is going to be and warning you about all the horrors that's going to happen in this story, and then just walks off. It felt like that you were going to be watching a Shakespeare play instead of a horror movie. Didn't care for that one bit. That could have been taken out and just jumped right into the movie itself there. You didn't need to have this little warning at the beginning. Maybe it worked back in 1931, but it would not work for anything now. Another thing I don't like is Igor. Now, Igor's creepy, but how much of a dick he is to Frankenstein's monster. He has a whip. He actually has a torch, so it's like he wants to like hurt this monster one way or the other, it seems like. Well, thank God at one point Frankenstein himself comes in, takes the whip and say, "Leave this creature alone," and walks out. Well, you know, Igor decides not to listen, just like a typical horror movie, and he has the torch and he still wants to like burn this monster or whatever the hell he wants to do with the torch while freaking out the monster. And then the other character is Dr. Frankenstein himself. I like probably for like the first half an hour of this movie how much that he's just a crazy mad scientist like he's supposed to be. But then all of a sudden, just like on a dime, he sees his fiance twice and his father one time at the castle, and then all of a sudden he just starts joining in like he's a normal guy of society, and nothing ever changes about that. You know, all of a sudden you just go from being mad to sane just like that. Even for a movie, you don't just jump right into that. It doesn't make any sense, truthfully, that you have to slowly build into, created this life from death, and then all of a sudden you want to go back and be normal. Well, you can't just do it like that. I didn't like that one bit. But overall, this is definitely a fantastic movie. I really do like it. I definitely recommend it. My rating for this will be 3 out of 4 stars. Oh, Frankenstein. If this is a movie you've seen, did you like it? Did you not like it? Give me a comment down below. So thank you guys so much for watching a movie review here. And as always, stay awesome.